Welcome back. Today we are going to listen to another simple English story. Listen carefully. Try to understand the whole story. There will be 5 questions at the end. Let's begin. A young woman named Lena wakes up in the morning. She turns off her alarm and sits up slowly. For a moment, she looks around her room. She feels something is wrong, but she is not sure what it is. Lena gets out of bed and starts her morning routine. She takes a shower. She brushes her teeth. She gets dressed in a simple blue dress and comfortable shoes. Then she goes to the kitchen. She makes a cup of tea and eats a small breakfast. While she eats, she reaches for her phone on the table. But her phone is not there. She stops and looks again. It is not on the table. She checks the counter. Nothing. She checks her bag from yesterday. Still nothing. Lena starts to feel worried. Her phone is very important. It has her messages, photos, contacts, and work emails. She tries to remember where she used it last. She thinks carefully. She remembers being at a café the night before. She was sitting at a small table near the window. Maybe she left it there. After breakfast, Lena quickly gets ready and leaves her apartment. She walks fast down the street toward the café. Her heart feels a little nervous. When she arrives, the café is already open. A few people are inside drinking coffee. Lena goes to the counter. "Excuse me," she says. "Did anyone find a phone here last night?" The cashier thinks for a moment. Then she nods. "Yes," she says. "We have a phone here." She reaches under the counter and takes out a black phone. Lena feels immediate relief. "That's mine," she says quickly. She checks the phone carefully. It turns on. Everything is still there. Her photos, messages, and apps are all safe. She smiles with relief. "Thank you so much," she says. The cashier smiles back. "You're welcome. A customer found it and gave it to us." Lena feels very lucky. She leaves the cafe and walks outside. The air feels lighter now. She looks at the phone in her hands and feels thankful. On her way home, she thinks about how easy it is to lose things when you are tired or distracted. She decides to be more careful in the future. When she gets home, she sits down on the sofa. She puts her phone on the table and takes a deep breath. She feels calm again. Later, she makes another cup of tea. She looks out the window and watches people walking in the street. The day feels normal again. But Lena knows something important. Small mistakes can happen easily, and small acts of honesty from strangers can make a big difference. She smiles and continues her day. How much of the story did you understand? What important item does Lena lose? Lena loses her phone. Where does Lena think she left her phone? She thinks she left it at the cafe. Who found the phone? A customer found the phone and gave it to the cafe staff. Was anything missing from the phone when she got it back? No, everything on the phone was still there. How does Lena feel at the end of the story? She feels relieved, calm, and thankful at the end of the story. Great job! How many of the questions did you get right? Tell me in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.